he's not going to be available tonight. He's not going to play. He'll be inactive.
Getting set for the Warriors' best record in the league. What though stands out most when you look at this team and look at things you need to do against them?
What stands out with them is the total package. They're it's hard to find a weakness. So that's the toughest of all when you have a great balanced team. They're not tilted in one direction, and they're second in pace. So transition is huge. They're a great shooting team, so we got to play all their off-ball screens. Great pick and roll team, so one of the most efficient pick and rolls. We got to be great in pick and roll. So it's the ultimate challenge for our defense. And offensively, we've been struggling a little bit. So they like to switch a lot, which is a challenge for our offense. So we're going to have to hopefully move it and not settle for ISOs and that stuff. So we really need great ball movement tonight and great paced offense and keep our turnovers down. Yeah,
with that being said, leading the league in steals, at times because their offense is so good, do you think at all their defense is underrated or just at times?
For sure. That's to do it on both ends, and play their offensive pace and still be able to get back and do it on a defensive end. It's again that's why they're great team and good challenge for us.
What was your reaction when you first saw these back-to-back games on the schedule, if you can remember? And also, what can you expect to learn about your team from these two games?
Well, I asked Sean if I could take the week off. I guess it's a contract, something about that. What was the second part of the question?
And what can you learn about your team from these two games?
Listen, this is like a great. It's great. Like I think it's the ultimate challenge. The ultimate challenge as a coach, as an athlete, and I think I said it after the San Antonio game. We're going to learn a lot. Learn a lot from playing these guys. Obviously, we want to compete and really give them a tough time, but. Also, for me as a coach, first-year coach, for a lot of our players are getting big minutes for the first time. I think we'll really learn from this game, and obviously, tomorrow night, same thing. Just where we want to get to. We're just starting, baby steps, and these are two kind of elite programs in the league, and what can we steal from them? Maybe we can get a couple of things, and hey, we got to be better with our screening, or we got to get better with our, how do we get better with our ball movement? And I really believe you get better by watching the best, whether it's player development, from an individual standpoint, whether it's a team. And I love, digging in and watching these guys and seeing what they do.
Yeah, you mentioned the word compete a couple times there. I know you're on to this game, but how vexed were you with, I guess, the lack of competition, at least in the first half of the last game? And what's been the constant message that you've been trying to drill into their head since then?
I think vexed, yeah, that's a good word. There's very few times, quite honestly, during the season so far that I felt that way. But, that they're usually... I'm really proud of how our guys compete, their energy, and for some reason it wasn't there in the first half of the Toronto game, and we addressed it, and I think at the end of the day, really, that's what we're expecting, that the fans and the media come out, man, those guys compete hard, and then it's up to us as coaches, tactically and players, we got to play smart also, but that's I expect that from our guys. When we've had slippage in terms of not giving the requisite energy, we've always come back, and that's been throughout the season. So I'm looking forward to the same from our guys tonight.